I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right. Jeez. Excuse me. A couple episodes ago, I had mentioned Nana's Cookies and a competition that my girl was in. I would like to formally go on record. All right. I'd like to go on record and apologize and state that Nana's Cookies are by far the best cookies. I would never disrespect Nana's Cookies. I had a temporary lapse in judgment, and I'll never let that happen again. And I love you, Nana, and I love you, Nana. I would never, ever disrespect your cookies ever again. Nana's Cookies are number one, and I'm sorry that I let that happen. Won't happen again. Promise. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of This Week in the Shire. I'm your host, Dan the Tech Man, coming to you from an undisclosed location, somewhere deep in the heart of the Berkshires, per usual. No big deal. Mixing it up a little tonight. Sipping on some spicy nog, some boozy nog, some rummy nog. What do you call it? Rum and eggnog. That's how I do it over here. A little rum, a little eggnog. But yeah, call it a little boozy nog. A little spicy nog. It's good for the soul. Mix it up. Can't drink wine all the time. Well, I mean, you can, but it's good to mix it up. Either way. Get right into it. You know, the little intro video. Nana did not punch me out. Like I've said in previous episodes, I have a dangerous job, and I got hit with a drill. You know, stuff happens. Danger is around every corner when you're doing what I do. So I'm surprised more stuff doesn't happen. And knock on wood, thank God I'm a pretty safe guy. And you know, I got away with just a little black eye. So it could have been way worse, but it was me versus DeWalt, and the DeWalt got round one, but I'll fucking drop that thing accidentally off a tower someday, and I'll get the last laugh on that pussy. But either way, moving forward, yeah, I got a pretty vicious black eye out of the deal, and it's been fun for the last couple days. Just having fun with it, pretending like my girl beats me up. We went out to dinner, and like I was pretending like we went to Applebee's, and I was like, yeah, I wanted to go to 99, but here we are, stuff like that, just being an asshole. But it was fun. I've had my fun with it, but I'm over it now. My fucking eyes orange and purple, and I'm ready to look like a normal person. I forget because it didn't really hurt that bad when it happened. It just whacked me, and like, I don't know, I got a pretty high like pain threshold, and we were outside all day, so my face was cold. Everything was cold, and like sometimes when you're real cold and you hit like a finger or something, it hurts real bad. But that's like when you first start getting cold. But once you're like numb cold, shit, you don't really feel anything. You cut your hand, you smash your head a little bit, you don't really feel it like you normally would. So I didn't even really notice, and then like 20 minutes later I could see my cheek out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, yo buddy, am I all right? And he was like, what? Yeah, so then I was like, oh shit, got me a little better than I thought. And yeah, here we are. But yeah, long story short, the cookie beef is over. Nana won. Her cookies made it to the party, mine didn't, and that's the end of that. Speaking of the end of that, the PHS Dean of Students got raided by the FBI, and I don't want to, I'm a street dude. I don't want to speak on stuff I don't know nothing about, but I do know about my kids and the school that they're in, and it's like, damn, that's where both my boys go to school, and that's a wild thing. it's a wild thing to have the dean of students hustling drugs and potentially, underage relationships or what, I don't know, whatever. Even if the students are 18 but they happen to be seniors, it's like that's a student. Like, you're crossing a crazy line. But yeah, I'm sure that's not going to pan out well for that dude or anybody involved with that stuff, because once it starts shaking out, people start folding and the shit hits the fan, and it's not one or two people usually that are involved in something like that. So see what happens, but God bless everybody. Hopefully everybody stays safe, nobody gets hurt. But god damn, what the hell's the matter with why? Like, we got to start paying our teachers more money so they don't have to sell fucking coke and crack. Like, jeez Louise, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there with that stuff, but it's a sad story. It's pretty crazy though, it's all plastered all over the news, freaking all over the book, all over the internet. I've seen it everywhere. So it was a pretty big story, but yeah, sad, sad, sad that you feel like you got to do that and to get that money like that, or like to live that lifestyle. I mean, whatever, but yeah, it sucks. Speaking of shit that sucks, man, Jay-Z got this like rape allegation against him, and then there's been all sorts of weird rumors against Jay-Z forever, and I think it just came out that like this chick's story is like super sketchy, and even her own dad doesn't believe her, and blah blah blah. But it's like, that's the kind of shit. I don't know. I don't know which way to lean on this thing, but long story short is I never really fucked with Jay-Z like that. I mean, I liked some of his songs, his shit, like back in the day, it's a hard knock life, blah, blah, blah. He had some good bangers, but overall, I didn't really vibe with Jay-Z like that. I'm a Nas guy. When it was Jay-Z versus Nas, I fucking rep Nas 100%. It wasn't even close. So with that being said, I don't even... like, I wouldn't think for a half a second if the shit was true. I wouldn't bat an eye. It wouldn't shock me at all. That's what I mean to say. So it's a little sketchy dude. He probably did some weird shit during his reign in that underworld, in that weird world, Hold on, Chipper. What? Hey, come let him out, please. Fuck. I meant to edit this part out. Yeah, so anyway, fuck Jay-Z. The UFC recap. This weekend's UFC was pretty lit. It was one of the free ones. You don't have to pay to watch it. I mean, I guess technically you have to pay because it's on ESPN Plus. I'm not sure. I don't have cable, so I don't really watch TV like that. So I don't know if they show it on. I think maybe they put it on ESPN News, depending on what ones it is. Maybe one or two they do that. But overall, yeah, usually the free ones you can watch them all on ESPN Plus. So if you have the ESPN Plus app, or if you have Disney Plus, I think it's all built into the same thing because Disney owns ESPN now. So if you have that, you can watch the fights for free when they have the free events, which is sick. It's basically a whole entire pay-per-view event minus having to pay to watch it. It's got the prelims, it's got the main event card. There's usually decent fighters, and a lot of times the fights that take place on those cards end up being like the funner fights, the more fun fights to watch, because those are the dudes that are scrapping to get to the top. And it's like, sometimes them top dudes, they don't fight that like they should. They kind of don't leave it all out there. They don't risk as much because they don't want to lose their spot. So, they'll kind of point fight, or they'll coast through rounds. If they know they won a round, they'll coast the rest of the time, shit like that, where these young dudes, they want to knock dudes' heads off. They want to, make highlights. They want to really make a name for themselves. So it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of fun fights to watch, or it's like more interesting matchups, and dudes just really putting it out there. So if you're into knockouts and shit, there's a lot of knockouts. Usually, like this card, I think there was 3 or 4, like straight out just knockouts. 3, I think just dude sleeping. Ooh, the boozy nog is nice. But yeah, just sleeping dudes. And one of dude Cub Swanson slapped this dude. Bow. He set it up so pretty that with the little fake, the left hook, boom. But the left hook wasn't the one he really wanted. It was just to set the step through right up, boom, and just put him to bed. And Cub Swanson's been fighting for a long time, and he was talking that retirement shit. And I think he should definitely retire. It's like, you're not going to go out better, cleaner than that. That's a once-in-a-lifetime highlight reel knockout. Brother, it's you were already told your wife that's the last fight. Like, the universe gave you that gift. Do not fuck that up, bro. Don't fuck that up and go out and get embarrassed and get head kicked. Don't get Frankie Edgar or like just don't do it, man. Just ride off into the sunset. There's plenty of other ways to make money. That one more check you're gonna get doing another fight, it might be a nice check. You'll get that money any other way, dude. You'll get that any other way and preserve your legacy and you'll always have that going out with that knockout. Like, they're gonna show that shit on highlight reels, UFC highlight reels for years to come. That shit was beautiful. Beautiful. So, and speaking of beautiful, dude, Colby Covington is a fucking dipshit, and it was just beautiful to watch him lose again. I'm not a fan. I mean, it sucked. He lost on a cut, and they called it, and honestly, it wasn't really that bad. I don't think they should have called it, but he was getting his ass handed to him the whole fight. It's not like he was about to turn it around or anything, but I'm just not a big fan of him. I get it. Like, his whole like thing, like he's a workhorse, and he's got a good chin, and he fights his ass off, blah blah blah. He runs his mouth a lot just to like drum up hype to like get that bread. But it's over, kid. You had a good run. You did your thing. You got your couple of fights. You almost got to the belt. You were interim champ, but it's a wrap, Doug. You're going to get your head kicked in from here on out or fight bums, but it's over for Colby, and it's whatever. I'm not sad about it at all. I was never a big fan to begin with. I wanted Jorge and Masvidal to fucking destroy him when they fought, and didn't happen, but whatever. But yeah, either way, the UFC, the free ones are bangers. You see some really good fights, and it's worth, the $10 a month or whatever for the ESPN Plus. So just for that alone. And if you watch any of the pay-per-views, if you ever actually pay for them, I'm pretty sure you have to have ESPN Plus anyway. So you're already, you're already sucked into that atmosphere or into that fucking pay cycle anyway. So speaking of ESPN, dude, this kid Travis Hunter won the Heisman. This dude he's the real deal, man. He plays defense and offense, if you don't know. He's on the Colorado State, the team that Deion Sanders coaches, and Deion Sanders, both, I think 2 of his sons are on the team. But yeah, Travis Hunter is just, this kid's the real deal, and it was so cool, like, to see him. He was like thanking Lil Wayne and shit, and I gotta say, shout out to Lil Wayne. He's my favorite rapper, and he's been there for me for years. When I'm a music head. When I get down and out, or when I just need to vibe, or anytime I look to music. Like, music's always got my back. I love music. I use that shit. I really do. I go in the car, I bump it loud, and I listen to lyrics. I use them like puzzles. I like good artists that have like complicated like rhyme schemes or complicated like things that they say that are like poetic, where you got to really think about what they mean, and like, yeah, I like that stuff. So, and Lil Wayne's really like to the untrained ear, or to the person who doesn't maybe like rap, or just maybe isn't into it, it sounds maybe not like what I'm talking about, but when you really get down to it, he's a genius. He's really, really good. So, to hear Travis Hunter putting it out there about the Lil Wayne thing, and he was saying he never really listened to music, and then his mom or somebody, I think he said, put him on and said, you got to listen to Lil Wayne, and ever since he is like, yeah, this dude's the best. And Lil Wayne was at the Heisman ceremony. That's crazy. But yeah, that dude Travis Hunter is the real deal. I hope the Giants pick him up. That would be sick. If we got like a game-changing player like that to go with like Malik Neighbors, and just maybe then next season we go and get Manning. Oh shit, who knows? But that would be legendary. Speaking of who knows about Krampus? Dude, that Krampus shit, wow, it's freaky. I guess it's in Holland. Krampus, where's Krampus? Holland. But it's like I don't know, they do it during the Christmas season. It's like these spooky ass looking devil dudes with horns and ghillie suits on. And dude, they like, when you talk about like spooky looking stuff, this is some like Hollywood level spooky looking shit. Like, it looks like real dead like stuff. I don't know where they're getting these horns and heads and what they're doing, but it's the real deal. It's some spooky looking shit, and it's like a festival they do. I don't know. I'm not into scary stuff. It's not my vibe. But like Halloween, I do Halloween because it's just a gimmick. But I don't really watch scary movies. I don't really do like haunted houses, all that type of shit. It's not my thing. But this Krampus shit had me like, wow. I bet you it would be wild to be over there like for the festival and stuff. It's fucking freezing cold out, and you got these fucking devil dudes in ghillie suits fucking coming at you full steam, just doing wild shit. Yeah, I would. Couple of mushy mush, something along those lines. Wow, blow your whole mind. Yeah, it'd be freaky as hell. But yeah, Krampus is wild. If you haven't seen any of the videos or any of the stuff, like, look it up, man. Krampus is crazy. I first learned about it, which is weird, from Call of Duty. They had that, I think, a couple of years ago on Warzone. They had like a Krampus thing, and he would like appear and come try to fuck you up. It was a whole thing. But it was funny because like he looked like crazy like that, and then I didn't really think anything of it. But then when I saw the actual Krampus stuff, I was like, God damn. Yeah, this is some real eggnog, because I'm getting egg burps. That's gross as hell, but that's how you know it's some official nog. Like, yeah, I'm really I'm burping like I ate hard boiled eggs or something. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyway, usually I got some cool shit to put you guys onto, and per usual, I got some cool shit to put you guys onto. So you know they have these bees that they freaking train to sniff for bombs and stuff, and it's so crazy. Like, they use actual bees, real live bees. And because their noses or their sense of smell is so like defined or so sensitive, and the way that they train them is they put them like, they literally put the bees like one by one in these little like bee harnesses where just their heads are sticking out, and then they put the certain smell in, and then once the bees smell that smell, then they put like a little sweet thing in front of the bees, and then the bees stick their tongue out to taste the sweetness. And it trains them every time they smell that smell, stick your tongue out, taste the sweet stuff. So then once they're trained and they're dialed in, they put them in this little device, really real live bees, like in these little harnesses inside this little device. And then inside the device, there's these little things that when the bee sticks its little tongue out, it triggers the thing. So then it knows that the bee sensed the stuff and is trying to get something sweet. And it's so freaking crazy. Like, they're walking around with these little guns, and you would never, ever in a million years be like, oh, there's literally little bees in there in harnesses. Like, it's like the fucking Bee Movie. They're like, And they made sure they're like, the bees, we don't kill the bees. They go afterwards. They go back in after they do their shift. It's like, what the fuck, bro? After they do their shift. Yeah. Do they get a bee pension? You know what I mean? Like, is there a bee retirement plan? Do they get to just go fuck and fucking eat honey until they die after a certain amount of time? Or do they just die and then you're like, well, Larry's not making his shift today, and then plug in fucking Bob? Like, how's that work? Because it's just wild. But yeah, they got these little fucking handgun things, and there's real bees in there, like strapped in little harnesses. It's so crazy. Anyway, speaking of crazy shit, Prince Rupert's drop, and this isn't some kind of not to be confused with a Prince Albert, or is that it? Prince Albert? What's the bad one where they fucking stick the thing through your thing? Yeah. Anyway, so a Prince Rupert's drop is they take like hot molten glass and drop it into cold water, and it creates like this teardrop shape where there's like a ball, and then it comes out to the little tail. And that if you squeeze just the ball end under like a hydraulic press, they put this one under 20,000 tons of pressure, which is insane. That's an insane amount of pressure. And it bent. It didn't even break the little glass, the little teardrop part of the glass. It didn't break, and not only that, it bent the freaking press, like the metal plates that they use to squish the stuff. If you ever seen videos where they'll be like, look at this, we're gonna squish everything like a golf ball, boom, and explodes, oh this or that, shit mushes out the side. Yeah, guess what? Your fucking machine mushed out the side. This thing is no joke. So yeah, Prince Rupert's drop, it's crazy. And then the other thing they say is because it has like the drop part is crazy hard, and like basically you can't break it, but then the tail that comes off of it is so fragile. Like if you break the tail, the whole thing will just shatter into a bunch of pieces, which is crazy. It's some physics shit, but pretty cool. That's life. So you could be the strongest, baddest motherfucker on the planet, but everything's just like so fragile at the same time, and the smallest thing could just break and crumble you. It's like Achilles' heel. Just, you got to be careful, protect your heart, protect everything. Be on point. Protect your weak ass tail, because no matter how tough you think you are, you're hard as that ball. Somebody hits that little tail on your ass, you just fucking shatters. Everything's broken. So just be on point, in that Prince Rupert's drop. Let it be a lesson to you, because it's a wild thing, man. Speaking of wild things, they found Santa Claus's tomb, or they think they found Santa Claus's tomb, like the actual dude that Santa Claus is based on, Saint Nicholas or whatever. It's like, hey guys, Christmas is pretty good. Can we not fuck up everything? Guys? Can we leave Christmas alone, please? Like, what if something bad happens when you dig up this St. Nicholas dude? What if it ain't what we think it's supposed to be? What if it's not what we want it to be, and it fucks up Christmas? Now, who's going to be responsible for that? I'll tell you what. You're not fucking up my Christmas. I don't give a shit if this dude, I don't care what happens after they dig this dude up. My Christmases are staying the same. I have had the same fucking Christmases since I was a little kid. Same with Easter. It's like, I'm jumping the gun a little, but like my kids, we hide the baskets. If it's Easter time, your kid gets a basket. He gets like one or two cool things in the basket, a bunch of candy, blah, blah, blah. But you hide the basket. They wake up, they got to find the basket. I've heard about these families. They don't even hide the basket. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Who taught you about Easter? Where did you even learn about Easter where you didn't hide the basket? That doesn't even make sense to me. So it's a wild world out there. Some people aren't even hiding the basket. So, just keep your fucking head on a swivel. And, no matter what, keep your traditions alive, your family traditions, whatever you grew up on. Don't let that shit fade because nobody else is going to keep it up. It's up to us. It's up to us to keep our own shit alive and keep it cool and make sure to pass it on to our kids and just keep stoking that flame so, we can all just prosper and be happy. And Christmas is the fucking shit. And gosh darn it, you better not ruin Saint Nick for me, or I'll come and give you I'll make you look like fucking I look like. I'll twin you up real quick. So don't ruin my shit, all right? Quit digging in holes you're not supposed to be digging in. Go dig up fucking the real problems that need to get dug up. Like, Saint Nick ain't a problem, dude. We got it. He was an awesome dude. He handed out presents to poor people. Got it. Pushing it along. I don't even think that's what it is. That boozy nog. Woo! Hold on. Shout out to the boozy nog. Oh, it's getting strong at the end there. Whew. Anyway, let's just leave that stuff alone. Let's leave traditions alone, and let's build on them, but also keep the ones, your family ones. Keep those little ones alive, like the little ones that you grew up on and other people don't know about, or maybe they do, but whatever it is, I don't know. Do you hang the Christmas cards that you get from people? Do you hang them up around like a door frame? That's something that everybody in my family, everywhere I've ever gone, it seems like they all do that. It's the cards are around the door frame. Now, when we break out our shit, we put the cards, we put them around the door frame. It's like, I don't know, keep that shit alive, And as far as keeping things alive, keep this fucking podcast alive, yo. Because I'm out here fucking working my ass off, getting smacked with drills. This shit is not paying the bills, 50 people watching once a week is not paying the bills. So I need a little help. I need you guys to fucking share this shit. I need to hit that like button. I need you to fucking subscribe. I need you to fucking watch it 3 times. Put it on play when you go to bed on mute. Who cares, dude? I don't know. Help me out. Help me, help you, help me. So one of these times I'm going to do an episode called Donuts in a Lamborghini. Okay? And until that day, it's grind season. Well, I mean, it's still going to be grind season when that day comes out. We don't stop. It's grind season. But until that day, it's fucking grind season, and the grind don't stop. And with that being said, happy holidays, everybody. God bless. Peace.